Did you hear Emiru's never going to TwitchCon again? Smart move not going there. Seems like everyone who didn't go was smart about it. Emiru made a response. I'm going to take the vest off. I am. Emiru gave a... She also briefly mentioned you at the end. Wait, why?
Because it's not just about me. Like, this could have happened to anyone. Honestly, for all we know, this could have already happened to someone, a small streamer, and someone just wasn't filming it. Which, okay, I'll just start this by saying shout out to the guy who filmed it and put it on Twitter, because last night after this happened, I was thinking like, fuck, like I have to talk about this. Like, people need to know that this happened. Like, how am I gonna do that? And then someone happened to post it on Twitter. So thank fucking God I didn't have to figure that out myself. Which, okay, like I said, this is gonna be a mess because I'm not meant to be doing these kinds of streams.
Hey, Kaya's vest off too. Yeah, they're gonna take it off.
I don't think that Twitch would have put out an official statement if that clip wasn't posted and going viral. And even after the fact that that clip was posted and going viral, as far as I know, the other people who had meet and greets today were not reached out to ask if they wanted extra security or if they even wanted to cancel their meet.
For those of you who don't know, this is Emiru, and what's going on here is that this is her first statement after she was assaulted at her meet and greet that she did at TwitchCon. Okay? Yesterday, Emiru was doing a meet and greet. She's one of the top content creators on this platform. She's the largest female content creator on the platform. And a stalker of hers approached her while she was doing a meet and greet, cut the line, and forcibly grabbed her and tried to kiss her. And then Emiru's own personal security detail pushed him off, but he was able to walk away and walk freely, as a matter of fact, like literally just like leave the premises and walk freely without another person actually reaching out, another person actually like from the security detail or from TwitchCon at all, stopping him at all. He just walked away casually out of the doors. Now, it's already like what he did was heinous. What he did was violent. What he did was illegal. And this is her reaction to it after the fact. Twitch released a statement. TwitchCon released a statement. Twitch released a statement. It was not a great statement, to say the least. And this is her going through the events now and talking about it.
Great. Like, maybe some people were, but I know for a fact Extra Emily wasn't. My personal manager made sure that she had extra security. No one reached out to her. Don't know about everyone, but I know that for a fact. Okay, so let's just start from the beginning, because I want to be able to run through everything.
This is her statement an hour before her TwitchCon show. Twitch gave her this room for her statement and she blasted Twitch. I mean, yeah, she has every right to do so.
Before the show starts in a fucking hour. Okay, my notes are a fucking mess. It looks like a schizo board. But yeah, again, thank you to the guy that put it on Twitter. Thank you to the people that talked about it. Because otherwise, I don't know if anything would have been done or would have been taken seriously. Straight up. So I'm just gonna go through, from my perspective, what happened, what I saw, the order of events.
Unless there was police notified on the premises, who would have detained the assaulter? You can't just grab people in public. Wait, what are you fucking talking about? The security team at TwitchCon should have detained him until law enforcement got there. What the fuck? Also, he literally had a fucking pen in his hand, and you can see in the video, what if he had a knife in his hand? Like, a crime took place. It's a sexual assault. You absolutely, and there are cops supposedly at TwitchCon as well, but even outside of that, you absolutely, if you're a member of like a security team, can hold someone and detain someone for, you know, a little bit until the cops get there. Exactly, but was it qualified security? They hire people? What do you mean? Yes, I've been at TwitchCon. Yes. Of course they have. Of course they have security everywhere. It's supposed to be that way. That's their job. Like they're certified. There are certified security people there.
So I was doing my meet and greet, and I've seen people saying that it was an obligation given to me, like to be a featured creator and to have my show, I had to do a meet and greet, which is true. I was told that I had to do a meet and greet, but as far as I know, there's some people that canceled. Regardless, I didn't cancel. I thought it was going to be fine. So I show up at 4, I'm doing my meet and greet. This happened about 30 minutes into my meet and greet, so I was probably only like 20 to 30% done with my meet and greet. I was just taking a picture with someone else, like completely normal, nice guy. And then I see out of the corner of my eye, there's a guy walking around the side of the meet and greet. And he crosses in front of the meet and greet of the person to the left of me, which is a VTuber. So he's able to walk up and in front of another streamer's meet and greet. And then he walks up to me and he's like walking with a purpose, you know what I mean? And he grabs me, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, but in my head, I'm like, it seems like he's supposed to be here. And then he leans in like he's gonna tell me something. So in my head, I'm like, maybe it's like TwitchCon staff like coming to let me know something, because like sometimes that'll happen where you're at an event and someone will like come up to like let you know something, you know what I mean? But I'm still like freaked out because he grabbed me. That's not normal. And then he grabs my face and he leans in.
Former convention director here at Twitch and the venue dropped the ball. Conventions generally have in-house security, venue security, cops present. The fact that such a large streamer wasn't being cared for is a huge lapse in con security and should be heavily scrutinized. It's real bad. Something always happens at this con. Yes. Something always happens at conventions in general. But like TwitchCon has every single fucking year gotten increasingly crazier and crazier. I feel like there's just like, this is not even like at an after party where streamers are getting rowdy or something like horrible happens. Like this is the official event of the event. And also as someone who has done many of these meet and greets at all of these TwitchCons that I've headlined literally, I can assure you that this is the most like locked in security is supposed to be, because the meet and greets can sometimes go south, you know? You are seeing thousands and thousands of fans, and in that interaction, like all it takes is like one fucking weirdo to ruin the entire thing. Yes, Cine got your Twitch hired security guards from TwitchCon France. Nice, they were great. I've had great security at all of these events, for the record, and I'm not saying that to like defend Twitch or anything. I'm just saying I got lucky, it seems, but even in spite of that, something can still happen. But this is a failure on basically every aspect of security. It's a failure across the board, right? Because it's impossible for there to be due diligence for every single nut job, right? You don't know what someone is going to do, but she should have a multiple person security team, especially when she's doing the meet and greet. And then she should have been taken care of. Like the person should have been apprehended on the spot, and detained until the cops arrived. And she should have been taken care of from that point on. You are a man. Yes, you are aware. Wait, what? What is that? Yeah, I know. I'm saying that despite the fact that I was a man, and I am a man, I had proper security at these events, partially because I get a lot of death threats. But Emiru has a lot of stalkers. She should have even better security than me. That's my point. Like, my point is, she should have even better security that is even more on top of the situation.
And lips puckered, tries to kiss me. And I start screaming. You can't hear it in the clip, but I'm fucking screaming my head off. And then my security, Twitch's security, is like nowhere near me, nowhere to be found. I can see them, but they don't do anything. My security jumps up and shoves the guy away from me and is like, get the fuck out of here. And he's allowed to walk away and leave.
Also, yeah, a man could be assaulted too,
Yeah,
but that's
so
not
then
the point.
after this point, I did not see a lot of what happened here. This is just based off what people in the line told me. My friend Bonnie, who was there, told me, and Melissa,
When you
my
say
manager,
she should have, you mean Twitch should have given her. Wait, did I say she should have? No, there's nothing she could have done differently, okay? Yeah, I mean Twitch. Like Twitch should have given her. Did I even say she should have? I said Twitch. I don't think I said she should have. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yes, I obviously mean Twitch. Twitch should have done a lot better in a lot more in terms of making sure that she was safe. You said in terms of she deserves? Oh, yeah.
Me. So the woman who moved me away from the meet and greet was my personal manager. That was not Twitch staff.
Oh, yeah. You said she should have had, as in Twitch should have given her. Okay, why are people being so fucking crazy, man? Yes, I said she should have had extra security, as in Twitch should have given her extra security. Jesus Christ.
No one in Twitch staff came up to me to like see what was going on. My manager and Bonnie moved me to the back, and they're like hugging me and being like, do you want to finish your meet and greet, basically. And I was back there for like a minute, and I was like, you know what, like I want to finish it.
That's
like,
crazy. That also is
you know.
That's also extra crazy that like she got fucking violently assaulted on the meet and greet line and took a couple seconds to herself and then went back out there is
They're
wild.
just nice, normal people. And I go back out there, and still there's no one from Twitch there. And the poor guy that I was taking the picture with originally, he's like fucking mortified, and he's like, what the fuck just happened? And again, no one from Twitch there. I say to this guy, I'm like, I'm sorry you had to see that. And he's like, no, like, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Why am I having to tell the TwitchCon attendees and my fans, sorry you had to see that, and not like someone from Twitch or Twitch security? Anyway, so I didn't see this. This is just what my friend and my manager were telling me. The Twitch security like kind of like got together after that, and we were like, wait, what happened? Oh, I didn't even see what happened, haha, and just like started talking about something else. So it's like, okay. And then that's the events of what happened, just to like line all that up. But I didn't talk at all about the aftermath of all of this at all, and I don't think anyone knows this, save for like maybe some streamers that I'm friends with that came to spend time with me or that I talked to last night. Whew, okay. So I finished the meet and greet, and I was escorted back to my hotel by my one security guard. Oh, and also, by the way, I've seen clips, people bringing up clips of me talking about how my previous favorite security guard was permabanned from TwitchCon because at a previous TwitchCon 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, there was a stalker, and he held him by the arm until police got there.
I mean, I just don't like, there's Comic-Con, there's VidCon, there's so many different conventions. Like, I don't understand how this is like getting increasingly worse year over year for Twitch. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. The parasocial aspect of Twitch, I know, but like VidCon is parasocial too. Like, it's not like, I don't think it's necessarily that like Twitch has extra, Twitch is like extra parasocial. Maybe it happens at other conventions as well, and I'm just like oblivious to it, but it's crazy that like I've been going to Twitch cons both in Europe and in the United States of America for years. This is the first TwitchCon that I did not attend. Okay? This is the first TwitchCon I did not attend. I've gone to conventions for other things. I've gone to Anime Expo. I've gone to VidCon. I've gone to basically every other type of event like this. And last year's TwitchCon, if you recall, if you watch like the Fear End podcast that we did last year after TwitchCon, you will realize that even back then I had noticed that there was a real problem with like streamers that were going from other platforms, specifically like Kick usually, just to like disrupt the event. And many of them did, and disrupt the event through like targeted harassment at other streamers, both in and around the event area. Okay. They did that. And I didn't like that. I criticized it quite a bit. Nick Pollum literally got assaulted. Like a kick streamer who was streaming on the convention floor straight up went up to Nick Palm and like licked his hand. He was sexually assaulted. That person got kicked, but still, like the fact that this was happening, the fact that that was already happening, it was already an issue. I licked his nipple, sorry. Wasn't it? Didn't he get his nipple licked or something? Like Wake got groped. Anyway, my point is like that was one of the many different incidents. Like Frogan outside of TwitchCon was being directly stalked by some fuck ass, stupid ass streamer that's like friends with Destiny. Straight up, this dude was just like stalking her. And then that dude ended up assaulting another person. Like all this stuff took place last year. It's fucking nuts that there wasn't like additional precautions taken. It feels like every year it gets worse.
And because of that, he was indefinitely banned from TwitchCon. Like from all of TwitchCon, not just the venue, because that was in Las Vegas. Anyway, that just a side note. Okay,
Yeah. Oh, he's the one. Yeah. E-Rob got into a fight with a kick streamer last year too. Yo, that's the same one. I think that's the same kick streamer. Like there are fucking streamers that just straight up do this. Like this is their whole quote unquote content. You know what I mean? Like this is a fucking parasocial stalker, not a streamer as far as I know. But like it's insane that all of that happened and there was nothing that Twitch did to like explicitly take additional protective measures, and it's still fucking going on a year later.
Man, I wrote down a lot of shit here. Okay, can I just also say, what you guys are seeing here is character development. I've always been the person who never says shit. Like, I just want everyone to have fun and for things to go well. Why am I the person who has to do this? So anyway, after I'm escorted back to my hotel, I let some of my friends know they come to my hotel to see me and spend time with me, like make sure I'm okay and everything. And then my manager's letting me know, she says, okay, my manager, I've contacted the police, they're gonna come talk to you about pressing charges, etc. They're trying to find the guy, they haven't found him. I'm like, what? Anyway, so at some point while I'm with my friends, a police officer comes and talks to me, interviews my manager, talks to my Twitch partner manager, who by the way, she's so sweet, like she didn't do anything wrong here. All of that happens, and then I'm complaining to my friends, I'm like, the fuck do I do here, guys? Like, I have to talk about this, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, like, don't worry about that right now. And then suddenly Wake's like, wait, why is my Discord saying hope Emmy's okay? And I'm like, oh, fuck. I guess the clip got posted. Again, thank God someone was filming, because otherwise I don't think Twitch would have said anything. So after that, I start getting a lot of messages. I'm responding to people, and my manager comes back to me and she's upset. She's like, okay, I've been talking to Twitch people and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I asked them, you know, like, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days. What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a fuck if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here. So they change it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way. These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch. Also, later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying. Okay. Oh, also another detail, sorry, my lines are all crazy here. My Twitch didn't approach my manager to talk to their head of security. It took them 2 hours to approach her to talk about what happened. And by then she had already talked to police and called a lawyer on her own. My manager, Melissa. And they showed her a photo of the guy that I believe a fan took, by the way. A fan took a photo of him, not one of their security guards.
Brother, that is fucking insane. I mean, the 30-day immediate suspension, like what are 30 days for sexual assault? What are we doing? If he kills someone, what do they get? Like, you know, six months max? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, Chatter's got 30 days in this community on a platform-wide ban for typing out the word cracker. I mean, but once again, it doesn't even fucking matter. It doesn't even fucking matter. The Twitch ban doesn't matter. I don't think anybody would even be talking about the Twitch ban if Twitch didn't come out and start with, we're banning him from the platform and the convention. Like, it should have been, we detained him immediately and we released him to law enforcement so he goes to prison. And you know, I am not like Mr. Crime and Punishment, okay? But that's crazy. Like that's just a straightforward crime. What needs to happen for Twitch to be like, all right, well, I guess we gotta hold on to this one, you know?
They're like, oh yeah, here's his photo. We're like gonna find him. He still had his badge and his wristband and everything, the guy. So yeah, I really feel like a lot of this process wouldn't have happened if it weren't for my manager advocating for me so hard. Which again, I'll get to that later. I'll keep going here. So they also showed my manager some security footage of the area, and the guy was he was waiting for there to be a gap in security, and there was. He was able to walk through the side, not through like the 2 lanes of meet and greet people who had signed up and been like background checked for my meet and greet. So he was able to just walk through because there just wasn't like consistent security there. Oh my gosh. And then so yeah, that's basically my day yesterday. And then today, this morning, I was told that Amazon flew in their global head of something to redesign the whole process and security of the con for the rest of the convention. Why wasn't there someone like that here already? Or like they didn't do that beforehand? Like, hello, I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess they know that they fucked up really bad if they're flying in their Amazon's global head. And also, I want to make it clear so that people understand this. I am so lucky and privileged, okay? Do you know how much I spent on security to be able to come to this event in the first place? Like, but I'm not just talking about yesterday, I'm talking about my security for like my RV trip that I did with my friends and stuff. I spent over $10,000. Some people who stream on Twitch don't even make $10,000 in a year. What the fuck are they supposed to do? Like, if you watch the clip, the security guard who pushes the guy away is my security. The woman who pulls me to the back, my manager. If you're a small streamer and you don't have those resources, or someone in your line's not filming, what the fuck do you do?
Also, Emiru's not a small streamer. So where the fuck is the convention security in general for the meet and greet space? And where the fuck is the event team, the event security team? Because the top content creators on the platform, aside from the privilege that they have, do literally get actual, like, you've seen it with me. I have 3 dudes on me at all times when I go to these things. I had 3 dudes, one right next to me, and then one scouting out the crowd, and one, like, usually when I go to these sorts of things, like the convention itself will be like, yeah, we have to make sure that there's like crowd control. You know what I mean? Okay, bro, not the same situation though. I don't know if you know who I am, but I have been in this exact same situation. I've done the meet and greets at TwitchCon. She should have had Twitch security teams on her at all times. How the fuck are there top content creators on the platform that do not have security teams on them at all times? I've done DreamCon, and at DreamCon I had an event security team on me at all times. That makes no sense. I cannot believe it, dude. Especially after a bunch of top female content creators literally said, we are concerned about going to Twitch this year, like going to TwitchCon this year. Like, and then they said that they were going to take extra precautionary measures. I don't understand how this happened. I mean, I'm not there this year. I didn't go, ironically enough, for different security concerns. But like, I cannot believe it, dude. I cannot fucking believe it.
Ew! No one would have known. Like, it's actually fucking insane. Like, I'm genuinely angry. Like, I am not an angry person. Like, it's just ridiculous. And like, honestly, I genuinely think there have been other people who have been sexually assaulted, groped, like, who fucking knows, worse, at these conventions, and just nobody knows. Because like I said, they didn't post any kind of announcement, weren't letting other streamers with similar events as me, similar meet and greets know.
Yeah,
until
that's insane too.
There was like a viral clip.
Like that also is ridiculous. Like as soon as that shit happens, you're supposed to lock it down. That's also crazy. You have to have an abundance of caution. Once that happens, you have to have an abundance of caution. It should never happen, but especially after it happens once, like what are you trying to do? Like you want to do a fucking three-peat? Like what are we doing? Where they're just like, hey, I mean, you know, lightning never strikes twice, boys. It's fine. We'll be good. It's so crazy because like even on the PR aspect, I know big companies only care about their PR. I get it. Okay. But like even on the PR aspect, look at the PR now. It's fucking devastating. You know what I mean? You're losing so much more goodwill in the process. This is something that I describe all the time about the way that companies operate. When they're so profit focused in the short term, they end up having way worse long-term consequences on profit margins across the board when they're corner cutting because of incidents such as this one. If you're Boeing, for example, and you cut corners on the production side, the moment that your fucking doors start flying off your airplanes because you're not making sure that you have the same exact process, you're going to fucking, your stock price is going to take a nosedive. So it doesn't even make sense from a profitability aspect. It's just so frustrating.
And by the way, they can't even mention my name in it. Thank you guys. Thank you. And okay, hold on. Let me pull up what they wrote because that was another thing that was crazy to wake up to. All right, let me read this. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply unsettling. In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement event security were on site. That's a lie. That's literally a lie. And responded to the incident. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they're banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. Okay, like, no one cares about online. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team, that's true, and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We've increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point, and we'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you've RSVP'd for a meet and greet, please note that we're unable to accommodate +1s for the remainder of the event. You know why they said that? They only thought about that because of Melissa, my manager. She said, were you vetting people coming through the line? They said, oh yeah, everyone had to sign up and they get background checks, but they're allowed to bring a +1. Well, are there +1s background checked? No. Melissa was like,
insanity.
okay guys, Twitch has a zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know, like, I'm just tired, guys, like, I'm just so tired of, I've just had so many things happen, and, like, you know, stuff just happens, like, especially when you're, like, a creator, or, like, a girl creator in particular, but I just feel like I've been failed so many times, or lied to so many times, and I'm always like, you know, it's okay, we'll figure it out. You should have figured it out already. You should have fucking figured it out already. Oh my god. So yeah, that's basically, unless I'm forgetting something, the rundown of everything. But yeah, it's fucking insane. And I mean, I'm not usually the type of person to talk about this stuff, but it's like, well, did I lie about anything? No. Like, what are you gonna be mad at me for telling, like, the things that y'all did wrong? And, like, okay, so another thought that I had was, like, maybe, like, the reason Twitch said in their thing, like, oh, security immediately got the guy. Maybe, like, you know, they hired, like, shitty security and they, like, lied to them so they wouldn't, like, you know, lose their job or not get paid. Maybe if you guys had, like, you know, actual cameras and, like, good comms, no one would be able to lie or have to lie. Like, why? Right. Why is it better to, or like easier to find out something happened in fucking Among Us than at TwitchCon? Hello? It's fucking insane. But yeah, I just want to tell you guys all that. This is character development. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Like, this was just the final straw for me. Oh my goodness.
Emiru is not the type of person that would make a statement like this, by the way. Like, this is not like her at all, I feel like.
But yeah, I have been, okay, something else. Sorry, I just keep remembering shit. It's gonna be like this for the rest of the stream. I saw a thing that said I was in their, like, top 5 or top 10 most followed streamers attending this event. Again, if that happened to me, what the fuck is happening to small creators that we don't even hear about because no one's filming them? Like, they tweet it and, like, Twitch doesn't feel the need to follow up with them or publicly. It's just, but yeah, I think I covered everything, and I've been a streamer on Twitch for 10 years. I attended the very first or maybe the second TwitchCon ever in 2016, 2015. And yeah, like, I understand back then it was different, but I feel like I know they say there's security upgrades, but it really feels like there's not. Like, another thing that happened, I forgot to mention. So the way that the meet and greet worked is, like, people line up, they come through, they take a picture, then they're supposed to walk through the back and leave. There were people walking through the back trying to come up to my booth, or, like, I mean, not all of them were, like, malicious intent, obviously. Like, some people would leave and be like, oh shit, my picture is bad, I'm gonna go back and ask for another one. And my manager had to be the one to tell them, like, oh no, you can't, like, keep moving. And there was even, like, I think it was fucking Neon, was able to walk through the back of my meet and greet, and was like, oh hey, like, can I come say hi? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, it was just horrible. Like, there was no thought put into it at all. And yeah, I was like, man, it's just fucking naked and afraid out here. Like, thank God I have my manager and my security and my friends. But, like, I just feel so bad for, you know, Twitch creators who wouldn't be able to be in that position. Are you okay, though? This is gonna sound fucked up, honestly. I'm so desensitized to stuff like that, that when it happens,
yeah, this is what I was talking about. I'm telling you right now, from my own personal experience and what I know from all of my friends, what you are hearing and what you are seeing is the fucking tip of the iceberg. Especially women on this platform, dude. Especially women. This is not, like, when I used to say this back in the day, people would be like, oh, you're just trying to be woke, or you're being a white knight. It's not even a question. Like, and it's not even like the top female content creators. I'm talking, like, you can have every female content creator on this platform at a certain point was just starting off. And From the moment that they had 10 plus viewers, they have had to fucking deal with stalkers nonstop. And it's not even just like the stalking that they have to endure. There are literally entire online communities that are designed around this kind of behavior. A lot of women quit for this reason. It is fucking insane. Do you think it's just utter incompetence or just misogyny and security and not taking stalkers as serious threats? No, I think it's incompetence because Twitch knows this. Like, it's not like Twitch is oblivious, man. Come on. Emiru literally was stalked physically on camera alongside Valkyrie and Senna at the Santa Monica Pier. It's just, I mean, it is both, by the way. Yeah, of course it's misogyny as well. I'm just saying that like the primary order here is that it's unimaginable ineptitude, unimaginable negligence. Like, misogyny or not, if your job is to fucking provide security for your streamers, regardless of your misogyny, you're like, okay, we need to fucking make sure that these streamers are still protected. Drama alert followers were saying they were staged. Yes, because they're some of the dumbest fucking assholes on the planet.
I kind of just go into like lock-in mode. I'm like, okay, I need to just lock in and like get through this.
But yeah, I was talking about like, as far as her being like, yeah, I'm desensitized to this. It's because she deals with this all the time.
Worry about it later. So that's how I was able to finish my meet and greet. Like, my friends were telling me like, bro, if it was me, I would have been crying. You're built different for going back out there. And like I said, I was going back out there and having to apologize to people in my own line. Being like, I'm sorry you saw that. I hope you're okay. And then they of course were like, what the fuck? Why are you saying that to me? But I felt like I had to because no one else was there. And like I said on Twitter, like, I really wish I didn't have this opinion. Like, I love trying to be like the positive, like, oh, let's get together and have fun, everyone. I really like would discourage other creators from going back to TwitchCon, not just because it was able to happen at all, and what happened during it, and the aftermath. Like, it's just crazy. Like, why would their PR team say that? Like, you can literally see in the clip that he's allowed to walk away. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate all the support and stuff. It was pretty crazy getting all the messages and stuff last night. And again, I've said it like 5 fucking times. Thank fucking God that someone was filming and decided to post it, because if not, you know what I would be doing today? I would be so fucking stressed being like, okay, do I have to disrupt my stuff that I have planned to announce that this thing happened to me and let people know that it could happen to them? So thank fucking God for that guy. Like, thank you so much for doing that. And I would just encourage everyone just to stand the
proof you're a has-been making content from this, pussy liberal. You mean addressing a fucking issue that took place that I've talked about quite a bit and warned about quite a bit, happening to someone who I know personally. You okay?
fuck up. Stand up for yourself, stand up for other people. Because if you don't, look what fucking happens, which is crazy because I saw Valkyrie, I saw Pokey, I saw Hasan, I saw Cutie saying, I don't really want to go to TwitchCon because I don't feel safe. And everyone was saying that they were stupid or overreact. Not everyone, but a lot of people.
Yes, a lot of motherfuckers were saying that. It was other content creators that were saying that. It was other content creators that were fucking talking shit too. Yeah. Content creators and drama farmers, places like LSF, places like fucking that stalker account that has now become like the LSF of Twitter, Yeet. So many of these motherfuckers blasted me. Blasted Cutie. Yeah, Dick Tone. That's another one. Blasted Cutie, blasted Pokey, blasted Ray.
Portion of people were saying that. And Twitch's response to that was to be like, oh, don't worry, everyone else. We up security. I should have listened to them. Especially because, I mean, a lot of people know stuff like this has happened to me in the past, and I just keep going. Like, I'm the kind of person that's like, you know what? I'm not gonna let a shitty person or a shitty thing ruin my life or like what's going on for me, you know what I mean? Fuck it, we ball. So I was like, I'm gonna go anyway. I'm just gonna be smart. I'm gonna pay for security. I'm only gonna do my show. How is someone gonna attack me at my show? I'm only gonna do my meet and greet. How the fuck would they get into a meet and greet? It's roped off with security. Nope. Nope, lesson learned. And also after it happened, Twitch did offer if I wanted some of their Twitch security. I was like, I'm good, bro. But I was lucky enough that Clemens, who's one of my usual security guards, flew out from Austin, Texas this morning to be there with me today. Have to go to lengths like that. And I have 2 other security guards. One of them's Amazon's, but I have my personal security guard that I feel comfortable with is like my main guy. And they said that they like changed security for the show and stuff, but yeah, I'm just done. Like, this is the kind of thing that it's like, once you break the trust for something like this, you're never getting it back. I'm sorry, you're just not. Like, it's not like this is the first time that something like this has happened. So like the trust was already kind of broken, and that caused a lot of people not want to come. Like, for example, people were talking about how last year, Nick, NMPLOL, and Wake Wilder, got assaulted. A guy literally walked up to Nick on stream and licked his nipple, which again, if that wasn't filmed on stream, would anything have been done? I don't fucking know. And they didn't even make like an official announcement about it. They didn't reach out to Nick, as far as I know. He was saying that last year. So if they did reach out to him, it was way after the con.
Bro, in and around the convention, that was in the convention, which is extra fucked up. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Frogan and Raph were attacked last year. Stalked by another content creator. It's so fucking crazy.
So it's like, did they just not think it was a big deal? Is it because Nick's a guy? Like, hello? I'm supposed to be working on my runner show right now. I am still doing the show, like I said, because of the production staff worked really hard on it. And the cosplayers involved worked really hard on it, so I still want to do it, but this is going to be my last TwitchCon show. I'm doing it with Baby No Money and Will Neff, so even though we haven't really had time to go over this in practice, it'll be fine. It'll be a shit show, but it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fun. Lots of talented people working in Twitch production and all that. It's, yeah. Anyway, how we feeling, you guys? Yeah, I'm flying home tomorrow, and my security guard's gonna be accompanying me to fly home, but it's just sad, the world that we live in now. Like, to me, I don't even think of myself as, like, someone that needs to be protected or, like, someone important, but it's like, you know, I was talking about how, like, I wanted to buy a new hamster recently. I was thinking about how if I want to do that on stream, I'd have to hire security to go buy a fucking hamster. And like I said, I spent over $10,000 alone just to come to TwitchCon for security. I've probably spent close to 6 figures total going to cons and stuff on security. And again, it's not like this only happens to people of my size. This happens to girls or guys with 50 viewers. What the fuck are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
They can't afford that. It's like, you gotta just deal with it, not there, or you're, that's another thing. I could have fucking died yesterday. But yeah, obviously, I'm gonna be making my own personal changes going forward. I already have, like, for years, but I'm just really hurt and disappointed by how everything was set up by Twitch and like how it was handled after. Like, honestly, that was upsetting me more and making me more angry last night than everything else. Like, it's like, okay, you know, any person can be walking on the street and get assaulted. Like, yeah, it's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible.
I think one of the, I mean, this is kind of lame to admit, but I think one of the saddest aspects of this is that I used to fucking look forward to TwitchCon. I was so stoked to go to TwitchCon. It was awesome. You get to meet the fans. You get to see all the people that are a part of your community. You get to see all of these content creators come from all around the world once a year that you normally don't get to see. And there was a real sense of community there. And it was exciting. People used to look forward to it. the big thing in Twitch culture was content creators who normally never collab in person meeting one another for the first time ever. And back then, LSF wasn't shit either. It wasn't great, but it wasn't this bad. So like those were all the big moments, and people would go to LSF and people would like look at the fucking, the clips of like some of the top content creators. Some of the top content creators meeting each other for the first time ever. It was like a massive deal. Collaborations used to happen all the time too. And for the record, I mean, it says volumes that you felt safe going to No King's protest, but not TwitchCon. I didn't refuse to go to TwitchCon publicly just for my own safety. Let's be real. I don't give a shit about that. I did not go to TwitchCon because I cared about other people's safety. That's why I made a public statement. The point is, and plus, yeah, I mean, I felt safe enough that I brought Kaya. But it just fucking sucks because, like, it sucks because, like, it used to be this awesome event, man. It used to be this awesome event, and there was like this shared purpose, a sense of community. And I feel like year after year, it's lost its energy, its vibes. Like your friends can't even talk about you without your weirdo stalkers sending them hate like they defo would harass them IRL too. Yeah, I mean, there's that too, yeah. For sure. I do feel like every year it's just gotten worse and worse. I don't know. And it's not just TwitchCon either. I feel like it's just the environment on Twitch is worse too. There are some who keep that energy of collaboration alive, but even then it's like somewhat cliquey. I mean, you got FaZe, you got AMP, but they just kind of keep things within their own groups. I mean, I guess like with FaZe, they like have actually expanded a little bit. They've expanded their reach a little bit, so that's cool. Taylor Lorenz also interviewed Dan Clancy and asked him about this.
But why do I have to worry about that happening at the convention for the place that I work? I don't know if I'm just talking in circles now, but I don't know, guys. Y'all seem like fit for the show. Ugh. Bonnie helped me put it together, and I've got the heels. Show's in fucking 28 minutes. Fuck me. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm just gonna try to have fun. Try to, like, you know, let the cosplayers and people that came to participate in it shine. And then I'm going home. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Trying to remember if I forgot to touch anything else. I think that's pretty much it.
I mean, mad respect for going through with the meet and greet even after that took place, and then also continuing to do this like big event. All right, let's hear what Taylor had to say interviewing Dan Clancy, the CEO.
And others. Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emiru, get assaulted by a male fan. And a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about, you know, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there. Okay, it's very different. You know, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. You know, we're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in now.
Demi had posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross.
Actual worst possible answer. I mean, I don't know what he's supposed to say as a CEO. Yeah, this is him as a CEO. Yeah, I've never in my life met a CEO that's been like, well, you know, guys, we're really fucked up and we're dog shit. You know what I mean? We really cut corners on security this year. Okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Across multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has
That's what he should have said, honestly. He should have been like, guys, I don't know what happened. Okay? I don't know what happened. That was crazy. I saw it. I thought that shit was wild. How the fuck? I was thinking, where are the authorities? Where are the authorities? What the heliante? What the heli? What's going on here? I mean, are we for real right now?
in such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, you know, it is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, you know, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of
unfortunately, the answer to Amazon and their shareholders, you can't just admit fault and open them up for full liability here. I don't like to, but what can he do? No, I know. I mean, that's his role. His role as the CEO is to fucking say that in this moment.
Security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting.
The thing is, like, there is a low key truth to the dynamic on Twitch. It's just that is precisely the reason why you're supposed to be extra attentive. Like when he says, "Oh, this is a thing that's like a major problem everywhere on all the platforms, and especially on Twitch as well." Parasocial relationships, dynamics among stalkers and content creators, lines getting blurred, and people thinking that, like, you know, the person on camera is your best friend or whatever, right? But like, because of that reason, you have to have maximum priority on securing. Unlucky is Kaya, good bro Chacho. See, we are demonstrating exactly what we do here in terms of silencing fucking morons in the chat. I think people know this already, but if you find yourself going into the chat of a random content creator to write stuff like this, 100% easiest lock of the century. Kaya lives an infinitely better life than you. Most human beings do, and Kaya lives a better life than most human beings. Anyway.
Themselves out there, right? And so, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, specifics.
It's good now that band chatter can't ever interact with you in any situation, ... according to Dan Clancy. Yeah, the problem is I banned him here, but I go to TwitchCon. I mean, that person is most likely a giant pussy. He's not going to do shit. But but the reality is that that person could get excited and want to do something in a situation like at TwitchCon, I think it's more so the opposite. Celebrities are so out of reach that people are willing to go through insane lengths just to have an interaction they feel they'd never get in their life. The bigger the celebrity, the more the radical fan. No. I mean, yes and no. Yes, you're right that there are fucking massively consequential fandoms, massive fandoms, people who go to crazy lengths to be around celebrities. Having said that, the reason why I say the yes and no is because Twitch streamers are very accessible. We're very accessible online. We're very accessible at TwitchCon. We're fucking walking the, we're walking the halls. We're doing meet and greets. So with that accessibility comes this level of cyber relationship that most people have, where it can go south. It can become an obsession.
Details, but part of that is working with creators and trying to find them. Right now we're definitely ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
But I think the reality is that there are fucking K-pop idols, man. They are gods, okay? Especially in places like Korea. And while this kind of stuff does happen every now and then to them as well, it doesn't happen at the same level or frequency as it does to Twitch streamers. And obviously, I suspect a part of that is because of the security measures that they have. You feel me? But yes, accessibility creates a level of entitlement, and that entitlement sometimes breeds resentment as well. Like, oh, you owe me something. I made you. You know what I mean? People find themselves like in the throes of tremendous passion. They find themselves feeling very invested in the streamer in his day-to-day. They find themselves seeking out more information about them, and without realizing, they get into dangerous territory. The line between Hasanabi Piker, the human being, and Hasanabi Piker, the Twitch streamer commodity, is blurred. I obviously set hard boundaries on purpose, even though it's virtually impossible for me to present a false face, given that I'm live 8 hours a day. It's just, I don't know. I just don't know how to, I don't personally know how to deal with this shit. I'll be honest with you. But it definitely is it's definitely heightened when you think about the isolation that like the average person experiences. And then on top of that, when you factor in the male viewer, female content creator dynamic,